Guys, how sick is this? I gotta be part of an exclusive capture event from EA. That's also why this whole thing is sponsored by EA, or well, marked with the Creator Network tag, you know? And on that capture event, we got to play some of the biggest maps that will be a part of Battlefield 6 at release. Namely, Myrick Valley and the rework of Operation Firestorm. We got to play both of them in Conquest, Breakthrough, and the new mode, Escalation. What that's all about, well, I'll talk about that later in the video. Anyway, the focus of these two maps is obviously all-out warfare. Meaning, we've got infantry, we've got jets, we've got helicopters, and we've got tanks. And of course, transport vehicles too. And that's where this real classic Battlefield feeling comes back, just like we wanted it to. Just one quick little self-promotion in between. If you want to pre-order Battlefield 6 or buy anything else on EA.com or in the EA app, don't forget to enter Luke001, so LUC001 as the promo code. Super easy. When you're in the car, there's a little promo code field. Just type in Luke001, gives me a little kickback, support a creator. That's what the program's called. Really appreciate it and thanks a lot. But now let's jump straight into Myrick Valley. We all still know Operation Firestorm, we remember it fondly, but the important thing here is the new map, Myrick Valley. Like I said, it's one of the biggest maps at launch of Battlefield 6, though to be fair, it's not that insanely huge like some older maps from Battlefield 3, BF4 or even Battlefield 1's Sinai Desert. Let's say shrink it in the washing machine, you kinda get this map. It also gives me Arras vibes and a bit of Provence from Battlefield 5. So the structure is like this. In the middle, there's a centerpiece, a skyscraper construction site kind of thing. There are two big buildings and around them the infantry players are clashing non-stop. The whole center strip is where most of the infantry action is happening. Around that, there's plenty of open space for tanks, vehicles and flanks to mess around. That's similar to Sinai. You've got the town in the center and tanks battle outside. Same as Arras, same with Provence. That's why I said it feels kind of similar. There's also a sign point that's kind of off to the main center axis. So if the middle gets too chaotic, you can go fight there. It's not as far out as the far desert point in Sinai Desert. That one was basically never played because it was way too far. This one is closer and it's still connected to the action. And honestly, I love that the map is a bit more condensed. I've said this a lot before. I like it when maps aren't overly huge, like in Battlefield 5. What really stands out, they really learned from their 2042 mistakes. We all remember those giant empty maps and the remakes where there was just no cover anywhere. This map, and honestly all of the BF6 maps I've played so far, are packed full of assets, cover, paths and line of sight breakers, so you don't get shot from all sides at once. It's such a massive difference from 2042. They just play so much better, and I love it. Conquest felt amazing on it, Breakthrough not really my personal favorite. You know me, I've said that a lot. I just think that it's hard to get a really balanced, exciting round in Breakthrough. Also in the playtest, I kinda get stomped hard. But yeah, the lobbies were full of sweaty pro players, so it was hard to get a foothold at all. Other people said it played really well on Breakthrough though, so maybe that's just taste. For me, Conquest is king, best mode. Comment down below what's your favorite mode in Battlefield? Rush, Breakthrough, Domination, or maybe Conquest? A little conclusion. Really nice map. The buildings / construction site are pretty complex, so infantry can move around a lot inside, and around the outside the vehicles drive by and you can shoot them with your rockets from the inside. Super fun layout overall. Only complaint, jets. Because the map is smaller and the jets are faster than the old prop planes from BF5, you're constantly flying over it too fast. Jet gameplay isn't quite where it should be yet, and TTK Jet v Jet is too short right now. But yeah, other than that, lots of cover, space for vehicles, and the attack helicopter felt way better than before. So, great map overall. One side note, big thanks to the EA creator team, so the people that are organizing all these events and stuff. Gotta say this here too, EA gets a lot of hate, which is fair sometimes, but the people running the content creator program are just fantastic. This event, the communication, how they handle problems, it's all tip-top. Massive thanks to you guys, really. Now let's move to Operation Firestorm, which many of you were probably waiting for. There's actually not as much to say as with Myrek Valley because everyone knows this map and it's just as good as before, maybe even better. They added a lot more cover, so it's actually improved. We've got the iconic refinery, the warehouse, rooftops for snipers of course, some outside points around the edge. You know the layout already. It's just a banger map, still works great, has all the ingredients I love. A spot where infantry can find, the center with the refinery and the warehouses, an open flanking space around for tanks and vehicles. That's just the perfect battlefield map recipe if you ask me. Jets also work better here because the map is slightly bigger than Myrek Valley, so overall this is just a really good remake. Lots of tanks, lots of explosions, lots of chaos, which I love because I like being in the air. But also plenty of cover for infantry to push vehicles or fight against each other. The iconic sniper tower is back too, though snipers don't last as long there, at least when I'm counter-sniping, because that's the first spot I'm looking at. The rooftops and this tower. Breakthrough here worked a bit better for me than on Myrek Valley because it's more spread out and has fewer choke points. But yeah, Operation Firestorm, thumbs up, classic map, can't go wrong with that. And then there's the new mode we played, Escalation. I actually played it for the first time ever and I gotta say, it was really fun. Usually I'm skeptical when Battlefield tries new modes, but this one was really cool. Basically, it's Conquest on steroids. Escalation is a fitting name. How it works. You start with a normal conquest map with all capture points. Teams fight to hold more points than the others. If your team holds more points for long enough, a bar fills up and once it's full, your team gets 1 match point. When that happens, 1 capture point disappears from the map. Then the map shrinks and you fight again. First team with 3 points wins. So as the match goes on, the map gets smaller and smaller and smaller. It kind of escalates. Also, vehicles only unlock later into the map, so at first it's just infantry, then tanks, helis and jets gradually get added as the map gets tighter and the fights get crazier. And yeah, it's called Escalation for a reason. I really like it. Will it replace Conquest for me? I don't think so, but I'll definitely play it more than Breakthrough. A few small things I noticed in this build of the game. Engineer can't carry 2 rocket launchers anymore, like RPG plus Stinger. You have to choose now, just like it used to be. Big thumbs up from me, that's a really good change. The new assault ladder gadget from Assault class, super cool. Not as broken as McKay's grappling hook from 2042, but feels like a similar role. You place it somewhere and climb up on rooftops, etc. Though slower, an enemy can also climb it, but it's a really fun gadget. We will have a great time in Breakthrough and Rush with that one. You can also place it somewhere and just peek over the top of, let's say, this container here, so you can build your own head glitches and stuff. It's really fun to play around with. Also, spawn beacons are on Assault now, which works well with their flanking, like pushing playstyle, but it feels weird not to have them on Recon anymore. But I don't hate it. We kind of have to see how it plays out. I don't really know yet if I like it or not. Helis and planes handle way better than in older builds. Especially the attack heli used to be slow and sluggish. Now it's really fun and where it needs to be, I think. Jets still need some work, but even they feel better than before. So, are you hyped for Battlefield 6? Does all this make your mouth water a bit? And again, don't forget the promo code LUC001 on EA.com or the EA app when you buy anything, especially Battlefield 6 of course. Doesn't work on everything, but if it does, it helps me a ton. Thanks for that. What do you think about the maps? What do you think about Battlefield 6? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. I hope you liked this exclusive look at the new maps. If you did, drop a like, drop a sub. You know how it is here on YouTube. Hope you liked it. See you next time. Bye.